Hello and thanks for joining me for some more X4 Foundations, where we are slowly, lazily building up a trade corporation. And, alright, I was planning on doing a little bit more expansion on the station. But what I'm going to do instead today is going to do a bit more of a deep dive just into some of the ways that I make money, and explaining some of, I guess, some of the financial stuff. Not in great detail, but alright. So I have had some comments and questions about pricing and different things and sort of how to make so much money so quickly between one episode to the other episode. Well, the truth is none of it was quickly. A lot of it is just waiting for the simulation to play out. And we have a look here. So we're over 2 days of game play time. I've only spent 6 minutes of that in control of a ship. We have saved just under 6 hours using SETA. So none of it's been quick. It's just that I'm not going to make you watch this for several hours. You know, I'm not going to record that. Okay, I do that off camera. I come back to you when I've got the money to do the stuff that I'm going to do. But we are going to take a bit of a deep dive into a few things that might help you out with some money. Now, I don't do major mathematics on this channel. It's not me. I'm not a mathematician. I mean, you can have a look at you know, these logs here, transaction reports. I never look at this stuff. I never look at it. This is just stuff coming and going from the station. I don't know, I guess, yeah. But I'm always withdrawing money from the station anyway. Let me see. Now, I got asked about the miners as well. I'm not sure if their log is going to show up because they are now mining for the station. No. Oh no, he's been trading for the station. Wait a minute, where's the drill? The drill was doing auto trading, auto mining. So let's have a look. All his logs are about being inspected. Chased by Xenon. Doesn't show any of his trades. So, I don't know if his logbook got cleared when I got him working for the station and took him off the mining. But anyway, I'm not sure. I never look at these logs. The only things I look at is this money up here. And in any stations that I've got this money here, or you can also go into the information. Up here, okay, and whenever that's over, whatever the budget is, I'll pull out the excess. That's all I ever look at. I don't look at charts and whatnot. Don't look at any of that. But I will go into a few things. So, all right. So one of the ways. Now, we started this series with a station, with our HQ, and there will be a link in the description below for the full playlist of this run. And the first one goes over the 2 starts where you get a station right off the bat. In this case, we got the HQ, but in most starts, you're going to start off with just a small fighter of some sort and hardly any cash. So episode 4 will show you the lazy way of making some cash doing Uber rides. It takes no real investment other than perhaps getting a pilot if you don't want to fly it yourself. And this series is all about doing things the lazy way, where we're doing the least amount of piloting ourselves. So check out episode 4 for that. But what I will show you some things. So I have had these guys. Well, I'm not going to worry about these 3. I'll get to them later. I covered them in the last episode. But I'll expand on those a little bit this episode a bit later on. But a lot of these guys that are trading, and most of these ships, except for a couple of these miners here, we got for free. I cover all that in the series. Each ship has its own episode, except for that one which I scored while I was off camera. But that one is pretty much got it the same way that I got this one, and I've done a video on that. But what you can do with a fighter, if you don't have a station, there is auto trading. And we're going to go over that. So if we go into, if we pick a ship here like this one. So I've got both of these guys that are currently docked on my building, and I'm just going to pause it. I'm going to pause the game because I'm going to be mucking around with their instructions. I don't want them to fly off just yet. But if we go into their information, their behaviour, you can see this guy is a 2-star pilot. And all the options that are white are things that he can do. If it's greyed out, he's not able to do that. So he's not able to do the advanced auto trade because that is a 3-star job. Okay. And he's only 2. The local auto trade, we will have a look at, and I'll try to explain it. So that doesn't take any prerequisite skill. So he can start doing that straight away. So if we click on that, okay, now we need to select what he wants to trade. And we can go in here, and probably one of your best bets, you want to find a station that does have a solar plant. In this case, we are producing our own. And you can choose, say, energy cells. You can find it. Okay. So we've chosen our where. Can only choose one. And then our anchor space. So that is going to be the sector that he's going to trade in. So he's already in this sector, so it's got that by default. But we can click on here and we can choose any of the ones that we've uncovered, or you can simply just click inside a sector and that will set it to that one. And then you hit confirm. And he will go off and he will find trades where he can buy and sell energy cells. And he will gain levels as he does that. So anyway, I am going to remove that. And now we're going to have a look at this guy. Like Perseus here, we've got a 3-star pilot on this one. Now with a 3-star pilot, we have the option to do the advanced auto trade. And you can have as many advanced auto traders as you want with just one 3-star pilot. I'll show you how to do that in a moment. So as long as you've got one 3-star pilot, you can set him up on an advanced auto trade. And here you can do as many or as little wares as you want. So I normally just tick all of them. Now I'm a bit rusty. I can't remember which. I can't remember all of the illegal stuff. So I'm just sort of guessing here. It's been what, near a decade since I last played this game fully and properly. So I can't remember if they're illegal or not. but I'm just going to untick them just in case. Maybe someone can remind me down in the comments. Same as them. I can't remember if they're illegal or not, but space fuel and space weed definitely in some factions. All right, then I'm going to hit OK. And once again, we choose the choose which sector he's going to work from. In this case, Green Exchange 1. But he can travel like a distance of 3 gates. So you have to hit confirm. All right. Now he's not going to do anything at the moment because I've got him. He's docked and waiting. Okay. But if you want to set up more than one, it's really pretty easy. So this guy's already set up. It's already set up with his advanced auto trade. So what we're going to do, we've got him selected. We're going to right click on the other one that only had the 2-star pilot. We're going to transfer the crew. And all we're going to do is exchange captains. So we're going to swap this 2-star. You can do this with a 0-star as well. Okay. So we're going to move this 2-star. We're going to swap these captains over. Now you can do this from distance. It will take a few moments for them to actually swap over. But in this case, I've got them both docked at my headquarters. So it's going to be relatively quick. So we'll just hit confirm. And I will unpause it. And you can see this little thing here where it's got a little hourglass. Okay, so they have changed over now. So let's hit pause again for a minute. So let's have a look at our Perseus. All right, our Perseus is still on advanced auto trade, even though he's only a 2-star captain here now. The difference is that his gate jumps are limited by his level. So you can put a 0-star captain in there and he'll still do all of these items, but he'll be limited to being only in the one sector that he's in. But he will level up as he's doing that stuff. So anyway, if we get rid of that dock and wait order, then and we unpause it, it will go off and start doing his auto trading. We can do the same with this one. Actually, we haven't set his auto trade up, so let's do that. Let me see. Alright, I think that'll do. Don't forget to hit confirm down here. Okay, so you can repeat this, you know, captain swap as many times as you want. And have as many advanced auto traders as you want. So I did at one stage have pretty much all of my ships working as advanced auto traders based here, so that they could only go, they were pretty much limited to you know, these sectors. So they were doing completely Holy Order of the Pontifex, getting up my reputation with them enough so that I could buy the guns for the Odysseus. Now, one thing about reputation is, so you'll notice I don't have any freighters. These are all mainly, aside from these miners here, all the rest of these ships are just free ships that we got. But there is an advantage to using small fighters, especially fast ones. So with reputation, it's not based on the quantity of goods that you sell. It's based on how many times you actually sell something. So one of these little fighters, it's only selling like little tiny amounts, but he's doing it quickly, is going to do more trades. It might be less amount of stuff that he's selling and buying and whatever, but he's going to be doing more trades and going to get reputation for every single trade. So, you know, that's one way of raising up your reputation. Small fighters, get it done in no time. And in fact, if you could probably do it without the advanced auto trade. If you find yourself a sector that has an energy cell production in it. I don't see one here at the moment. Haven't really been looking for them. But anyway, you know, or you find something small and cheap, then confine them to that particular system, and you know, you'll get the reputation up. All right, so one of the other things that I will point out as well, so these guys here, these guys are all trading for the station, so they are using the station's money, which is this in here. And whereas these guys are using my money. This is my money. So if I don't have any money in here and these guys try to buy something, they're not going to be able to buy anything unless I've got money up in here. Same as these guys. If these guys try to buy something and there is no money in here, then they're not going to be able to buy it. Okay, they're going to have a failed action. So that's just something to keep in mind there. Alright, so these guys I'll get back to later. Alright, so these miners, these guys are all mining for the station. So let's have a look at our station. So we started off this station without any production. We just were buying and selling stuff. This is just some stuff that one of my ships picked up and I just dumped it in here. Alright, so, okay, let's use this as an example though. So, what you might do, I did go over this, I think it was episode 2, where we set up trades where you just choose a where. So let's say, I don't know, hull parts, for example. And I'm just going to press pause because I don't want any trades happening. Then you go in here and create a buy order. It's going to put an automatic price, and that's going to be based on your container storage and how much room's available and how full it is. So at this point, it's at full price. And create a sell order, and the automatic price is only going to be 1 credit more. Okay, now as this fills up, this is going to go down. And so is the price. It's going to go down. So you might end up, you know, paying more for stuff than you end up selling it for. So, you know, I always prefer to, you know, put my own buy price pretty low and then also try and match the market. Let me get rid of that one. And let's have a look at the map. Okay, now I got asked about if there's like a rule of thumb. Yeah, I can't speak for anyone else. I just do what I do. So it's just what works for me. But if you click up here on trade, you can have a look at sort of what sort of stuff is being bought and sold around here. Okay. And what sort of prices things are selling for. Alright, so we got superfluid coolant here being sold for 76 credits. So we had some of that in here. So let's have a look. Logical overview. So we create a sell offer because we've only got 16 and we've got, you know, almost 10k worth of space. It's saying that we don't have much, so we're going to sell it really high, but no one's going to buy it at that price. So I think it was what, 76 or something. What was that? Let me have a look again. It was, where was it? Okay, they're selling it for 76, not buying it. Let's have a look. Is anybody buying it down here? Okay, we need to update some trade offers down here, but not really. I don't really see anything. But if this guy's selling it really cheap, then, you know, they're going to be, yeah, 76 over there too. So, let's have a look. So, I mean, we're not gonna sell that in a hurry at like 211. Now I picked this up for free, so I don't really care if I sell it really cheap. That's fine. And if we unpause it, someone could come along and get it. Now the other thing we can do is we can allocate 0 space to it. That will also bring the price right down because it means we are full. And somebody should, let's just kick setter up for a minute. Go back in there, let's have a look. Someone might come in and buy that. It might take a while because someone else is selling it really cheap. There we go. Well, our own trader has found somebody that he can sell it to at that price. He's going to pick up the full 16. And that means I can get rid of this thing out of my wares once he's done that. The NVM I'll hang on to for a little while. So no one's going to actually buy that. And we can only really use a mining ship to sell it. Alright, we have a look up here. The energy cells. Now, I keep mine. I'm not buying any. So, we've got it at the minimum there. I've got the price at the minimum. I have it set on a setting here. Click this little pencil here. You can create your own trade rule, and if we tick restrict all factions, and then you can just remove your own faction or make sure your own faction is not in this list, and then only our faction can do that trade. Okay, so that means we're not going to be buying this from, you know, no other traders are going to come in and sell it to us. It's only going to be our own traders that are allowed to come in here and sell it. And, you know, mainly we're just selling it on. So we're making it ourselves. So I don't care if that's cheap. It's a constant price because I've set it myself. and we are producing our own energy cells. So that is 100% profit. Okay, now this little blue and green bit, we are keeping 10,000. So we untick this and I put 10,000 in there. So we're keeping a 10,000 reserve of energy cells for our own uses. Anything over that is what's getting sold, which is that little green bit. And these guys here.
My ship is being scanned.
Okay, you can
Awaiting orders.
comply, please. Okay, let me get back into here. All right. So we're not going to sell any of this if we've got 10,000 or less. And so that green line, anything that's green over there is over that 10,000. This little orange one, that's this minimum buy. So we can, we can adjust that. We can also drag this up here like that. Okay. So we can put that wherever. We're probably not going to be able to find it for 10 credits, so that's fine. Now, once again, all of this stuff, we're producing all this for free. So we don't even really need any of this money in here. Okay? We can operate with zero money. Okay? Our miners, they're bringing stuff in, okay? But they're using the station's money, right? So they don't need money in here. They're mining for the station as it is. So this is a free trade. So, but this counts what it would cost to buy all this stuff. And once again, I have this buy offer here. We have that set at the minimum price, and we also have that set to my internal only trade, so that we're not buying it off anybody else other than our own miners. And that means we don't need any money in here unless we want to buy something else. So the energy cells and the ice, they're going into the water. The energy cells and the ore are going into the refined metals. And then the water is being produced. That goes into here. Once again, we're keeping a small reserve for ourselves that goes into our meat production, and we're selling anything above that. And I'm selling it cheaply at a constant. We're making 53 credits every trade, so I don't care if it's cheap. That's better than buying it for 52 and selling it for 53. We're only making 1 credit. No, we're making 53 credits for the whole thing. Okay. Some of the refined metals. Okay, we're selling that. That 0 means that he's just picked up a load and he's gone. So, we're only got a few there. So we've been selling that. I could possibly put the price up on that, maybe. And then across here, we've got the meat being produced, and we've got the argon coming in here and buying that from us. So once again, quite cheap, but it's 100% profit. So, I mean, if you can set whatever price you want, right? So you can set it a lot higher, but if no one's buying it, I mean, put it down a bit, wait a few minutes, no one comes in and buys it, put it down a bit more, or maybe they're waiting for a larger amount to buy. Or it is quite safe if you're producing it yourself. You could put it on automatic pricing, but it's going to be more expensive until you've got a lot more there, which means it's not going to sell quick. But when you do sell it, you might sell it at a higher profit. So I hope that sort of explains it. feel free to ask any questions there. But okay, so that's station trading. Let me get rid of this. All right, now, so let me just accept that estimate again there. So you do want to watch this. I mean, I just do that because it's quick and easy. So click the button. Okay, but as these guys are making their trades, they're going to make profit. You click that. That means any excess is going to go straight into your pocket. And I think we've made a mil just while I've been talking to you. So, okay. Let me just make sure this guy's okay. Yeah, he's fine. All right. So let's have a look at, so these are the auto traders that I set up. This guy's selling silicon wafers, and so is he. All right, let's have a look at this guy. This little Nodin over here. Now this guy, all right, our miners are mainly, let me just have a check. Okay, this guy's mining here. So just double click it and it'll take us to where he is. Okay, he's mining over here. Now you can see that asteroid there. Got lodestones there, unstable crystals. Okay, while these guys are mining, as they break up the asteroids are going to be dropping those things. They're gone now, but they'll also drop things like spacefly eggs and that sort of stuff. That's going to come out of the asteroids. So this guy here, this guy is set up to pick up that stuff. So if we go in here, this guy is on repeat orders. And I went over this in the last episode with the Hyperions and that. So he's set up to collect drops here, here and here. And if I notice anywhere else where there's a lot of mining activity, I'll add that. And then he's also set up to deposit. So if we right click on this guy. All right, we've got deposit inventory down here. Now this is going to be grayed out unless he's actually got something in his inventory. Okay, and you can see he's just about to drop that stuff off. So once he has, that should get grayed out. Let's just speed him up a bit with some setter. He's landing, he's dropping the stuff off. And now he's off again. So let me just pause that. We'll right click on him again. See, it's grayed out. So if you're setting this up, okay, you want to wait till he's picked something up, and then you can go in and you can add deposit. And that will add this to his repeat orders queue, which we went over repeat orders in the last episode. So check that one out. So he's going to be picking up all those lodestones, the spacefly eggs, different crystals and stuff that these miners are breaking up out of the asteroids. And anyone else that's mining around here too, keep an eye on them. They'll be doing the same thing. But anyway, so, and I'll show you, well, we sort of covered this, I think, in the last episode as well, but how you can use that to make some money. And so these three guys here, let's go over to these guys now. These guys are over here in Second Contact 2 Flashpoint, which I believe is usually Argon territory, but the Holy Order of the Pontifex has overtaken it in this scenario. Now, I did initially have these guys set up on attack, attack targets and collect drops. I've taken them off of the attack targets because there is a hell of a lot of these Holy Order of the Pontifex guys around. Doesn't look like there's many of them right there right now, but there are lots of them around here, and I was finding that I was running into too much friendly fire and getting myself into trouble with those guys. And I also, so basically, okay, what I'll do, let's remove that. We'll remove that, and I'll just go over it quickly again. So all you do, you will need at least 1 star on your pilot. You click on repeat orders and you click confirm. And then we're just going to go over here. We're going to go collect drops, and he's going to collect drops within that radius. And he's going to do that over and over again. And you could add things such as attack enemies in range, and he's going to cycle through those things. He's going to attack the targets, blow up the xenon, and then he's going to pick up the drops. Okay, but for the time being, I've taken them off of attack. They're still going to get involved in a fight if they are attacked themselves. Now, we've got the Odysseus, we've got the Hyperion. This is also the second Hyperion as well. So they are all doing the same thing. I'll show you how I've got them kitted out. Let me just go to the information here. Go into the loadout. Okay, we've got him set up with 8 cargo drones and a couple of repair drones. That's it. So with these big ships, the way they collect drops is they just sit in one spot and they send out all these cargo drones to go pick up stuff. And they pick up a lot of stuff. Now, I've also got them on collecting legal wares only. I did have at least one of them collecting everything. But as these guys have been growing a lot of power in here, and they've had a lot of... there's been a lot of these guys in here. With increasing police checks, I've set them all to collect only legal wares. Now, one other thing to note with these particular ships is that neither of these 3 ships have any missile capacity, so they're not going to pick up missiles. If you have like a fighter, so where's this guy that's, let's go and have a look at this guy that's picking up stuff here. Let's have a look. Okay, so he's got a couple of missiles. These are missiles that he's picked up from some ships that have been blown up around the area. Okay, they can only hold 20, and but he will pick those up. Whereas these guys, they don't have any room for missiles, so they're not going to pick up missiles. They will, however, pick up other stuff as well, and they've got pretty full cargoes here. So I'll show you what I'm going to do with that. Now, I could build a little trading post here, and it's as simple as building a storage and a dock. I'm not going to worry too much about that at this stage. What I'm going to do, so we can go deposit inventory. Okay. But if we wanted to offload our stuff over here. Now let me grab any other one, like this one here. Okay. I can then right click on my station. I could go trade with or transfer wares, and I can buggerize around in here and swap stuff around. Right? Because these guys are on repeat orders, you can't do that. What you can do is you can do sell to or buy from, and that's going to be added as a repeat order. Now, we've got wheat and medical supplies. but we can't sell any of those things in here because we don't have a buy order in here. Whereas with any of these other ships that are not on repeat orders, you can transfer whatever you want. Not a good example. Let's find a ship that's got something on it. Okay. So even if I did not have this guy not got stuff? Okay, he's got refined metals. But they are sold. Okay. They're sold as well. Alright. Do a drill, for example. So I could just transfer that stuff straight across. As long as I've got a proper storage that can hold it. Okay. Even if there is not a buy order in there, I could do that. But if it's on repeat orders, you can't do that unless there's actually a buy order in there and there's space for it. So this guy's got wheat and medical supplies. So we're going to go into our logical overview. This has all sold, so we can get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. All right, so wheat and oh shit, what was the other thing that he had? Memory like a sieve. Let me see. Medical supplies. Okay. So, all right. So, we can go wheat and medical supplies. Confirm. Okay, now we're still not going to be, I don't know what's happening there, a bit of glitchiness. Now we're still not going to be able to offload that stuff here until we create a buy order. So we're going to put in a buy order here. I'm going to put the price way down. We're going to tick this. We're going to put our restrictions so that only we can sell the stuff. And then I'm just going to do an automatic sell offer. And I'm going to do the same with the wheat. Let's create a buy order. Because I don't want to be buying stuff from everybody else. I only want to offload what my ships have picked up. So this is going to stop excess coming in, but we will be able to sell this stuff off. So now we have a buy order for both of those things. This cross on here means that we've got restrictions on there, and you can see that our amount of money needed has jumped up. That is to cover the costs to fill up that whole container, which we're not going to do. So we don't need to worry about that. Okay. We've got a bit of cash in there, and that cash, because these guys are not working for the station. So they are actually going to sell the stuff. So there does need to be some cash in there, but not as much as like that estimate was to fill up the whole container, not just to buy these little amount that this guy has. But that cash will actually come into my pocket directly. So now that we've set up the buy order, now we can go sell to. And now we do actually have medical supplies in there. And we can choose to keep a certain amount on the ship. I don't want to do that. We're going to put the minimum price down. And we're going to hit confirm. And then we're going to do the same for the wheat. So do it up here as well. Sell to wheat. Put that price down. Hit confirm. And now that is going to be in his repeated order loop, which means when he's got no more of that, it's going to give him a little orange marker saying that he failed it. So we can get rid of those after he's dropped the stuff off. Let's have a look at this guy. This guy's got hull parts. So let's have a look here. All right. Let's put hull parts in there. Confirm that. We're going to put in a buy offer. Price right down. We are going to put our restriction on. And I'm not going to put in a sell offer. I want to keep those hull parts because we'll use them later on when we upgrade the station. Okay. So now, this guy, we can get him to deposit his inventory. And when I say inventory, that is this stuff that's on your inventory. That's what these guys are picking up mainly. Okay? That's not cargo. That's personal inventory. So that's what that is. And they'll only drop it off to a headquarters, not to another station. And I'll show you where you pick that up in a minute. We did go over that in the last episode as well. But we can now go hull parts. Hit confirm. And so now he's going to head over there and drop that off. Now once I've done that, I will take these out. Okay, because I don't want him flying halfway across the universe every time he picks something up. I'd rather him just keep picking stuff up. But if he's got a full cargo, then we'll send him back and offload it. Otherwise, it's just quicker and easy for me to teleport to him and collect his personal inventory. Now let's have a look at this guy. Okay, this guy's got hull parts, energy cells, and wheat. So, may as well get him to deposit his inventory too. And you can sell your energy cells. Confirm. You can sell the hull parts. Confirm. Whoops. Gotta have him selected. Sell to. The wheat. Confirm that. Alright. So let's unpause it. And we'll activate setter. And just check here. Alright. Let's get on one of these guys. Well, this guy's got himself into a fight. So they're still picking up their stuff. Or at least this guy is.
Found something out here.
Okay, you can just ignore that. Okay. So this guy's heading off to do all that stuff. So is this guy. This guy is still picking stuff up. And when he's finished picking stuff up, then he will head off to drop off his things as well. So let's get setter going again because we got interrupted. Okay, so he's picked up what he can. And now he's going to head off. So alright. So it's a bit of a distance for them to travel. So what I'll do is I will I'll pause and I'll wait until what do we got going on here? Okay, these guys are having a bit of a fight. That's fine. Wait, is somebody attacking our station? Yeah, I don't think so. Alright, there's a bunch of stuff here that our guy over here is going to pick up. Let me see. Let's just send you over here. Alright, you can offload that stuff. I bet you do that first so you've got room to pick up some stuff. Alright, and here's our guys here coming to drop off their things. And this guy is already on his way back. So what I'll do is I'll take that off, right, because I don't really want him coming back here for no reason, but I'll leave that one on and I'll show you what happens. Let's have a look. What's going on over here? Okay, so you're picking things up. Yeah, this guy's picked up some stuff as well. Because he's on repeat orders, we need to create a buy order. But this guy is not on repeat orders. And he's picked up a bunch of stuff, so we can just offload all that stuff straight away. Like so. And now if we go in here, we'll go into our station overview. Oh, once he's dropped them off, that is. Which he's not going to do until he finishes his mining, so let's get rid of that and let him drop that stuff off first. Okay. So he's dropping that stuff off. Now he's undocking. So now if we have a look in our logical overview, we now have all these things in here, but there's no buy or sell in here. Okay. We need to set those up the same way that we sold these up. Okay, we could just go create a sell offer. It's as easy as that, really. But these will all take up space. So just remember that. Now that we've dropped this stuff off too, we can then just get rid of our storage allocation for that. We can remove the buy offer. Okay. Now, let's have a look over here. Alright, so see how he's got a failed order there now. Okay, because he's got that in his repeatable queue, he's trying to sell that wheat or whatever he had. But because he doesn't have any wheat this time, it's failed. Doesn't matter. He's just going to cycle around and continue doing the rest of the stuff. But every time it gets to that, if he doesn't have any wheat, and most likely the next time he picks up some cargo, it's not going to be wheat, so we'll just get rid of that. But you don't have to. You can leave it in there. And then if he has wheat, well, he'll go and take it back. But I'm going to take it out. And see this guy. Okay. He's going to do the same thing. He's currently on his way to go and drop off nothing. Well, he's going to deposit inventory. I don't care about him doing that.
My ship is being scanned.
Okay.
Awaiting orders.
Complied. And this one as well. So he's already done that. We don't need him to go do it all again. You can just go back to collecting. Well, it's in the middle of docking, so that's fine. Alright. So, what we can do now, back at our headquarters, if I get up, in our personal office, we've got a coffee machine looking thing. And this is where all their personal inventory gets deposited, and we can retrieve it out of here, which I'm going to do. You're also going to find one of these in the science lab. It's the same access, so it's not two different ones, it's just two different points of access. Okay. Anywhere where there's a dock, there's going to be a trader's corner, whether it's on your own station or not. We can come over here and we can craft up a bunch of stuff. So these are some good money. Let's craft all those up. Let's craft up all of this stuff. I'm not going to worry about the contraband, as I haven't unlocked the black market traders just yet. We can sell the caviar, that's fine. But let's just craft everything that we can here. All of this stuff. And we'll come over here.
Can I help? Here you go.
Okay, so this is my current money. I'm just going to sell off all of this stuff which has been picked up by our guys that are auto picking it up. And some of this stuff we could keep if we wanted to keep it for extra crafting. I'm just going to sell it off because we're going to keep on picking up more. Sell it all. We will sell all of these spacesuit EMPs. That's a fair chunk of cash. I'm going to keep my seminars. Sell all them. We can sell all those. And once again, all of this stuff can be used for further crafting. Let's sell off caviar. And I'm just going to sell all this because we're going to pick up more anyway. This one, and this one, and this one. You want to make sure you've got at least one of this, one of this, and one of this. If you haven't researched SETA yet, I have covered that in a previous episode, but because I've researched it, I don't need them. These, I believe you're going to need some of these and a few of these bits and pieces for the second Hyperion as well. So I've already covered that. So I'm just going to sell all this stuff, and there's almost 7.5 mil
Good profit
of profit right there. Let's just go have a look at what's going on over here. Alright, you should be able to handle a little xenon. We do have a Xenon capital ship in there. Alright. Should be fine. Let's just move your collection away from that capital ship a little bit. And we'll let the Paranids sort that shit out. Alright. So, there we go. I think we had 12 mil when we started the episode. Now we've got just under 20. I think if we went into... let's have a look here. In here. Yeah, we can pull out some cash here. Let's sell this stuff off. Let's get rid of that stuff. I might keep those because we might make some drones. Missile components, we can sell that stuff off. Scanning arrays, we can sell that stuff off. And see, we've got people coming in to buy that wheat. So, anyway. So there we go. That's a bit of a rundown on how I make money. And basically, from here, if I go back to my office. I take a seat in my chair. And if I pull up the map, then I can go Shift 4 to activate my setter. And basically, just let the simulation run. Watch out for guys in trouble. So,
My ship is being scanned.
yeah, that's fine. Comply. Okay, now things like that, they are going to interrupt your setter. Keep that in mind if you're planning to do this AFK.
My ship is being scanned.
Bloody
Awaiting orders.
comply. Don't you have fucking orders to comply, mate? Pretty sure you do. Let's have a look in here. Alright. You, sir. Response to police. Comply. Don't fucking notify me. Thank you. You can do the same. You are on. Comply. Where are you? Police, police, police. Comply and don't fucking notify me. You as well. Actually, you know what? Why don't we just change this in, let's have a look in here. Pirate harassment. Police. Comply. Comply. And don't bother me about it. Just do what you're bloody well supposed to do, mate. Yeah, I don't always trust that because sometimes they can get in trouble and the cops are after them and then all of a sudden you got a whole faction after you. But these guys shouldn't be picking up anything illegal. Let's go back into setter and see if we can do it without getting interrupted. And so, you know, this is how I make money in between episodes. I just let this run for an hour or two. I keep an eye on it to make sure that I don't have my ships blown out of the sky. It does look like this guy could do with a few repairs. This guy as well. So maybe I'll take care of that. And, you know, keep an eye on these guys. But we've got setter going, which speeds up time. We go in here and just keep taking out the, well, that one's 23 mil. That is because we have all this stuff in here. We don't need that storage allocation in there. And in fact, we'll remove the buy offer. But I will keep the whole parts. Don't want that automatic storage allocation. Thank you. Goodbye. Okay, that's fine. Medical supplies, we don't want to buy offer in there anymore. We'll leave the sell offer because we still have some. We can get rid of the missile components. Scanning arrays have gone. Confirm. Okay, now we don't have a ridiculous estimate. So let's have a look. Now we've got 21 mil. Let's just check that these guys are all fine. Someone's having a fight near my headquarters. Yeah. Paranid are fighting with the ministry. So anyway, hopefully that helps you guys out a little bit with some money without getting too bogged down in the math and all that shit. That is gonna do it for this episode. So if you did enjoy this video, then please leave me a like or a comment down below. If you'd like to see more, then please hit the subscribe button. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Between now and then, I will have a little bit of extra cash because I'm going to let this simulation run until I've got about 25 mil, and then we're going to do some more station building. So I will see you in the next one. Thank you.